Welcome to the What You Love About Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Adam Bongiovanni, and today's guest is a lover of retro games. He uploads and streams weekly, co-hosts the retro gaming and nostalgia podcast called The Weekly Warp Pipe,
What's
and
up,
he even
everyone? Welcome
drives
to
a
the Weekly
custom
Warp
Super
Pipe.
Mario car. It is Russ Lyman. Russ, how you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, super excited and glad to be here.
Of course, no, we appreciate you. So, Russ, as I mentioned before, we don't like to waste time. It's a 10-minute show, so let's jump right into it. What is your favorite game of all time? And you got to choose one. I don't want two or three. I need one.
It teeters back and forth, but I'll commit to Super Mario World on Super Nintendo.
Ooh, so I feel like it's a classic, obviously. But let's
Right.
let's look at things from the other side of things. And look, we're trying to stir up a little controversy here. The podcast is new. We need views. So, what do you consider the most overrated game of all time?
Definitely going to turn some heads with this. It's on the N64.
Okay.
It's a Zelda game. Majora's Mask.
Russ, look, I grew up growing up in the 90s. I was born in 92. That was a huge staple to my childhood. But look, I respect your opinion, but I'm not gonna lie, I did die a little inside when you said Majora's Mask. I did, just a little bit.
I did play it on the 3DS when they did the remake, so it should be,
Okay.
better controls, looks nicer, and I just didn't have a good time with it with the whole time mechanic. You're having time restraints to get to this place to get this mask. I beat it. I'm done with it. Never gonna play it again.
See, look, as you beat it, so I feel like you had to enjoy it enough to beat it, or you just pushed through the pain to beat it. So
I
either
mean, I
way,
was
you finished
committed.
the
I
game.
was committed.
It shows your level of commitment for sure. So, okay, Super Mario, obviously huge part of your life. Obviously, it said it's your favorite game of all time. Let's talk about your custom made Super Mario car. And I'm not gonna lie, I just went to your Instagram, didn't think much of it, and then I saw the car. How did this come to be? I'm
Yeah.
overwhelmed by how awesome it was.
I mean, to go back as I was watching the Fast and Furious movies, and I was like, wow, customizing cars is like very cool. And I had just gotten a Scion car, and Scion was pushing like be yourself, make your own car. And I joined like a Scion car club that was nationwide called Psychotics. So we would do meetups once a month. And I knew I kind of wanted to do a Nintendo theme because everyone at that time had like Xbox in their car, PS2. And I was like, no one's doing old school Nintendo. So I got the Nintendo hooked up in my car, but I needed something on the outside to tie it together. So with the version one had Mario throwing a fireball down. And then it kind of progressed from there. I enjoyed going to car shows. So I came out with version 2.0, had my friend Tom Ryan, who's an artist, make custom graphics for it. And we had Mario and Luigi throwing fire and ice. And it was like that for a couple months, but I actually got into an accident, crashed the car, and I was okay. And
Okay.
I ended up buying the same exact car to remake it, version 3.0, which I have right now. And I actually have a Yoshi scooter as well.
I saw that. I did see the okay, so how long did the process take to actually build the car?
So because I did it in the past, with the
Yeah.
first one, when I got this new car, it took a couple months. I had the
Wow.
knowledge and some of the parts already. So it was very quick. I just put up a video. It's a 20-minute video of like condensed of me working on the car for months at a time. And of course, you're never done. It's a project car. You could always do more stuff to it.
That's so cool. And let's talk more. Okay, obviously you're a guy, you enjoy a good DIY project. So and you
Yeah,
mentioned your
yeah.
friend Tom, who also created these custom classic NES Blazers. Now I'm a big sneaker guy, so seeing those,
hmm
I feel like I'd probably wear them every day. I don't know if you do, but tell me more about those custom Blazers.
So his name's Tom Bullman, and his company is Bull Air. So he has like a little Bull Air logo there. So
So
he made
cool.
this Nintendo jacket on the back. It's similar to Mario 3, but he has the bull horns on it,
His
coon
own
thing, and it
touch. I
says
love that.
official game themed shoe tester. So Tom does custom shoes. He did Nintendo themed shoes and other jackets too. I picked up a Doom jacket. Doom is definitely one of my favorite games, the old school Doom. So
That's
he's
so
got like
cool.
the sleeve all done up and like the logo on the back. So I love these little bomber jackets. You can wear them to conventions and kind of show your love for the video games and support, local artists.
Yeah, that's so cool. I'm beyond impressed. One with your collection, but also that the fact that you have two very creative friends named Tom. Look, the more Toms, the better, I guess.
That's
So
right.
obviously you grew up on Mario, but what was the first game that you remember playing as a child?
So I got as a hand me down, an Atari 2600 from my cousins. So probably the first game I remember playing was either Pac-Man or Moon Patrol. I know I put a lot of hours in, and I'd go down in the basement and play the Atari 2600 until my dad got me an NES, essentially.
And I feel like the NES, obviously, would you say it's your favorite gaming console of all time?
Yeah, I would say so. There's so many classic games on it, and renting the games growing up, so much nostalgia
Oh,
attached to the console. And they're still making games for it now. Like I just bought a new game in 2023 for the NES called Full Quiet. I've been streaming it on YouTube, and people are like, "What is this game called? Like it looks amazing!" And they put so much effort into it. And you're like, "This came out on the actual NES. Like I got a cartridge and everything." And it's so cool that the community is still keeping this system alive.
I had no clue that people were still making games for the
Hmm.
NES. So that's,
Oh
but I guess,
yeah.
look, you could it's you grow up with something, you could show it to your kids, and they could play the same games that you played growing up. I feel like that's really cool. It's like a full circle moment.
Right. Absolutely.
No, that's awesome. So obviously we talked about Mario a bunch, but I need to know, okay, if you could choose your favorite gaming villain of all time, is it in the Mario universe? Is it from another gaming universe? Who's your favorite gaming villain of all time?
Everyone probably would think Bowser, but I'd
Yeah,
probably go with Ganon. He's got a lot of different forms, and I feel like he's come, like in Ocarina of Time, he was just a guy. But if you're playing Zelda on NES, he's like this big guy, like so much like what happened to him, in the iterations of the different games, Calamity Ganon and like Breath of the Wild and all that. So, he takes a lot more forms, and Bowser's kind of always like the dragon breathing fire and stuff.
so what you're saying, the hot take is Bowser could be replaceable. There's other Bowsers out there, you know? So
I want to
it,
see a comeback of Wart from Mario 2.
yes.
Like he
I
was only in that
co-sign.
one game and that's it. Like if we see a cameo in the new Super Mario Brothers movie, that'd be amazing.
You never know. Crazier things have happened, Russ. It's definitely possible. So the question we like to end with here and bring everything full circle. What does gaming mean to you? And I know it's a loaded question, but I want to know, what does gaming mean to Russ Lyman?
I would say, I play a lot of retro games, and it's like taking you back to that childhood, that sense of
Hmm.
nostalgia, playing games, growing up, renting the games, just reliving your childhood essentially.
Yep.
And even with new games on the Switch or PS4, a lot of people are developing games that look retro. That like you said, maybe they grew up playing these games, they want to relive
Yeah.
their childhood too. And I think it's so cool that people like that style, so you could pass it on to your kids. I just had a daughter in January, so
Oh,
I can't wait
congrats.
to thank you. I can't wait to show her, Nintendo and games. She hopped on a live stream with me while I was holding her, so
Oh,
it's starting her young.
oh, that's amazing. It's in her blood. I think it's fair to say that she's going to continue the Lyman Retro Gaming name on for a very, very long time. Russ, it's been an
Absolutely.
absolute pleasure to talk with you today. Where can people find you?
Yeah, if you guys just search Russ Lyman, that's Lyman. I got a YouTube channel there. Check out theweeklywarpipe.com. We do podcasts two times a week. And I got two other channels as well, so you could search those. I said everything comes up under my name, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all that jazz.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Russ, and we will see you guys next time.